In statistics, we want to test a hypothesis. A hypothesis is just some claim that we want to investigate, and there's two types. The null hypothesis is what we currently think is kind of fact or true. Usually it comes from a previous survey or a previous set of data, something that somebody's done in the past. Along comes somebody else with new information and proposes an alternative hypothesis that they believe is true, but this is what we need to investigate or test. H naught is what we currently think is true. H alpha is what we're proposing to be true, and this is what we're essentially testing. And these are mathematical opposites of one another. So the only way that we can resolve this is either we reject the null hypothesis or we fail to reject. If we reject this guy, then we're promoting this and we're believing this to be true. If we fail to reject this guy, that means that we're saying we're not rejecting it, so we continue to believe this is true. And the analogy I want to draw to you, I've kind of hinted about it a little bit, but I want to make sure you understand that it's very similar to how courts work here in the United States, right? When you are accused of a crime, you're presumed to be innocent. That's the way it's supposed to work anyway. So whenever someone is prosecuting you for theft or something like that, then the court is going to assume that you are innocent. And it's up to the lawyers and the evidence to prove your guilt, okay? If you can't prove that, then we must go back to the default or the null hypothesis, which is that you're innocent. And it's the same kind of thing here. We presume that this is the case unless the evidence tells us to reject it, in which case we go down to the next hypothesis and we say we think that is true.